Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkin Show. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Bodkin Show. I am that dude, of course, Bodkins. Welcome to the program, folks. Hey, before we get started, hey, Tanner says, best intro in the YouTube. Yeah, it is a great intro. Shout out to my guy, Kenny. Hopefully, eventually, he'll be able to start making his daily, weekly appearances again. I mean, really put it together. That's what happens when your friends are perfectionists and you're not. They perfectify everything and make it really cool, and you just get to live off of having cool shit because you can't do the stuff, but besides spit dumb things into a microphone. That's one thing I can do. And speaking of spitting things, dumb things in the microphone, if you missed it, been busy the last few days. Monday, we had the Bodkins and Buffoon show. Please check out that. And then last night, Wednesday, had the honor and privilege to go on the Scottt Cobe show. But it's time to talk about tonight's show. Got a full-fledged guest. We're going to be talking NFC, the championship previews, what happened last week, what's going to happen this week as football season's winding down. We got 2 games left, and then we're going to have 1 game left. We'll talk a bunch of other things with our guest as well. Maybe some back-end UFC stuff as well at the end of the show, so stick around for that. To break it all down with me, you guys know who it is. It's my Puerto Rican brother, co-host slut of Let's Talk Sports, Johnny Cruz. Johnny, what's up, my man? I'm catching you on all these other shows. You're big timing me now, man. You're big time and Mr. Big Time.
Nah, never, man. Like I said, you'll always be number one, man. So I'm always here for you whenever you need me, man. But I'm having a lot of fun. Shout out Dan Harris is hooking me up, got me doing a lot of stuff, got me out there as much as possible, and I'm loving every minute of it, man. It's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, Johnny, I appreciate you joining me as always. I got to give you a hard time. That's what love. If I kid because I love, that's what I tell people all the time. If I don't kid with you, then I probably don't like you.
I feel you on that one.
Amen, brother. I was on the Scottt Cobe show, one of your many multiple co-host show. And speaking of Scottt Cobe, he begged and pleaded me as I was getting off air last night. Hey, Bodkins, let me on. I'll come on your show. Let me come on. This guy loves me. Welcome to the show, friend of the program. Host of the Scottt Cobe show, host of Football Fantasy show, both shows that Johnny also co-hosts with all the other co-hosts and duties that Johnny does. Welcome to the show. Welcome back, Scottt Cobe. Scott, welcome. You begged and pleaded me last night to have you come on the program. I could only return the favor to show you what a real program looks like. So welcome to the Bodkin show again. Appreciate it.
I'm just trying to follow Johnny around, trying to find out how to get on all these shows. So,
oh man, it's a lot of fun.
It's great to be here. He's not on the whiskey podcast yet, but Tanner,
I haven't been invited. I haven't been invited to that one. I don't know.
I just watched it. They had Lonnie Matz Jr. on tonight. It was great.
Nice,
great,
nice. This community, man. There's so much stuff going on. There's, between this show, the Whiskey's, sports podcast, Let's Talk Sports. There's just a lot of good people, a lot of good content, man. So definitely hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and click on that little bell so you get notified whenever Nick is about to spit some stuff on the mic.
Tanner says, just confirmed here. We got just confirmed. Johnny has many shows as Ryan Larson has fantasy leagues. That's true. Maybe more. Scott's trying to troll it and right behind him, trying to, live off the shine. Premium members only on the Whiskey Sports Cup. That's
my bad.
Hey, Tanner hasn't wrote you in his budget yet, Johnny. That's the problem, buying too much high expensive whiskey. So that's it. We're going to go ahead, Scott. We're going to bring in our next guest as well. Speaking of this great community, I met this guy through this community, the Let's Talk Sports community. And the fact that the Eagles, here we are, the Eagles are one win away from going back to the Super Bowl. So we had to bring on a guy who represents Philly to the fullest. He's not as annoying as their other awful fans are. I've been on his show. The guy is the only class act guy that represents Philly, I felt like, to the T. So I had to bring back my guy, Tone from Philly Sports Rap. Tone, what's up, my brother? We have missed you. You've got to be feeling great. Eagles, 49ers this Sunday. How you feeling, bro?
Big game, man. I'm excited. I don't know, man. I'm feeling 17-ish a little bit. 17-ish,
You don't have big dick Nick Foles, but you got Jalen Hurts in that defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we got better receivers than we had then. So, but hey, man, anything can happen any given Sunday. The 49ers is a tough out right now. To me, I feel like these are the two best teams in the NFC. I felt that way as the Niners started going on a roll, But I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting, and hey, we'll see.
Before we look forward, let's look back last week. You guys you big brothered the Giants. You just proved that the Giants absolutely had no freaking business doing that. So at what point do you just watch that game and are you just like, hey, I can now just drink as much as I want to because I know we got a 20-point lead and they're not coming back?
Man, for real, I honestly was expecting the Giants to put a little bit more of a fight than that. I gave them more credit than I probably should have because on my TikTok, I was messing with the fans over there and stuff. But one of the points I had made was they're going to see a different defense. I said Kirk Cousins was 31 of 39 against the Giants defense. They're in trouble with Kirk Cousins doing that. If it wasn't for the bonehead play call and play on that fourth down when he didn't even give his team a chance, who knows what could have happened. So the Giants, it ain't like they handled Minnesota, but you saw when the Eagles and Dallas played Minnesota, we handled them. It wasn't close. So, that had told me like, all right, it's a little false hype there with the Giants, but because it's a division game, I expected it to be closer. And they dominated.
Yeah, Tanner saying, Tone, the old adage on Sesame Street, one of these things ain't like the others. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely, Tanner. Absolutely. Yeah, they not like the other.
Tanner always taking shots, Tanner.
Yeah, Tanner.
Yeah.
So what's the keys here? We'll kind of go around the table as now we got the 49ers Eagles. So obviously you got the Eagles winning this. What's the keys here for the Eagles to beat, an absolute stud of a 49ers team?
It's going to start first and foremost up front on offensive line for us, being able to at least make Nick Bosa think a little bit, kind of similar to the first game when the Eagles played Dallas. Because when it's your first time facing this offense and so much is going on around you, they slow up defenders, Now, a good game plan, against Philly could probably slow that up a little bit. But the key is they got to control that Nick Bosa and that that defensive line of the 49ers. They don't have all those all-star, all-pro names, outside of Bosa. But, however, their scheme is good. They run a lot of stunts and overload stunts. And your offensive linemen have to communicate at a high level, So that's one thing. Then for us on the defensive side, the 49ers, to me, they're one, you got to stop the run. You need to get Brock Purdy needs to see a lot of third, 8, 9, 10 yardage, you know what I'm saying, for third down. If you keep him where it's 3rd and 5 and short, that play calling by the 49ers coach, man, he'll come draw some stuff up, you know, for real. Those are easy for them, you know what I'm saying, especially when you got George Kittle in the middle of the field as well. So, and McCaffrey can run and catch. So stop the run, and then you got to get after Purdy. Keep him in 3rd and long, so that way he has to hold the ball. We'll find out if he's what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the trenches, so I completely agree with you on that one. Offensive and defensive lines, I think, are the key to this game. Yeah. I think also, you know, whatever team can come up with that big turnover. So I think the pressure that your defense is able to put with just the front four is gonna be big time for you guys in this game. I'm going with Philly in this game. I picked you guys earlier in the season not to be this good.
Yeah,
I thought you would be good. I thought you would win the division, but
you
know, they're taking it to another level. And like you said, I think it all starts in the trenches with one of the best offensive lines, one of the best defensive lines. Yeah. I think your defensive line has a chance to kind of bring Purdy back down to earth a little bit. And like you said, if you can keep them behind the chains where they're 2nd and long and 3rd and longs, I think that's going to put them in a tough spot. Yeah, you definitely want to keep them out of the 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s and stuff. That falls right into what they want to do, man. So it's gonna be a fun, entertaining strength against strength. So it's gonna be a fun game, man. These are definitely the 2 best teams in the NFC, man. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, what I think is a big red flag for the 49ers is Metcalf went for 130 yards.
Yeah.
Lamb went for almost 130. So whoever Ward is not on is probably going to have a big game for the Eagles, whether it be Smith or Brown. I don't know where he's going. Devontae Smith has been awesome the last 8 games of the season. So I think Philly needs to throw the ball to loosen up to run the ball because that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So their tendency is to jump out early, be aggressive, get on teams, and then just kind of grind and run the ball in the second half.
Yeah.
So I think if they get on San Francisco early, I think that'll loosen them up to run the ball. So look for Hurts to throw the ball a lot in the first quarter, first half of the game.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you on that one because if you can keep the 49ers from being able to run the ball in the second half, 49ers wear teams down. Dallas fought, stayed in it. But by 3rd and 4th quarter, because the 49ers still have the run that they can use, your guys are tired and worn out and beat up. They're physical. So if you can keep it to where, like he said, get a lead to where they have to throw the ball in that second half and run is not much of a factor, 49ers in trouble then. But if they keep it close, it's going to be a fight.
And I think the other key is McCaffrey hasn't practiced this week at all. Mitchell hasn't practiced this week at all. Debo hasn't practiced this week at all. So they're banged up big time. But McCaffrey's the guy you need to stop on that offense.
They've been banged up. I love how you see it on the bottom line. Like, it's like didn't practice, most likely to play. I just remember well, no fucking duh. Like,
they're gonna play regardless.
I don't need to know that they're most likely to play. Really, like we all know. Anybody who's watched the games know. Hey, they playing. It's a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Over hell or high water, they all playing. Like those. Like if they weren't playing, the Eagles are the spread's probably 15. You know what I mean? Like,
easily,
take those guys out. What are how worried are you with this 49ers defense? Because, Tone, you said it best, man. That 49ers team wears you down because they're physical, not just on the defense, but offensively. I mean, Trent Williams is a dog. I mean, George Kittle is an absolute dog. Like, their physicality wears teams down. How worried are you about that physical?
I will be come mid-3rd quarter. I need to see how what the score is. Right now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not worried about the 49ers. You have to be. They're there for a reason, and they're a good team. But I feel like we really have a chance. I really do feel like we got a chance. He mentioned too with that secondary, you got those receivers, and then we still got Goddard up the middle. You know what I'm saying? So, and Hurts is throwing the ball very well. So, but if we're in that third quarter, bro, I might be sweating bullets come mid third quarter, and this game is tight because I
think the closer the better, right? It favors the 49ers.
Yes.
The closer
it is, and later in that game, it favors the 49ers because your guys is going to be, that defense going to be tired. I mean, good thing we can, rotate them and stuff like that. Right. But man, that physicality, that pounding, that's when tackling gets sloppy. And they will start pounding that. They will run that ball 40 times if they see that you're wearing down.
Absolutely.
And it's not just running the ball. It's also like the little screen games that they can do. Yeah. It's the different people they use as well. Like they'll put Debo back there and CMC, and then you got Mitchell back there. And this Brock Purdy kid, like he is playing like just ice in his veins. Like this kid has not made a single mistake. Like you're waiting, you continue to wait for this extra shoe to drop, and it hasn't happened yet. Yeah,
it hasn't, man. My guess is that I'm predicting this, man. That's what I'm predicting now. Purdy will have his first turnover. It'll be 2 turnovers this game. He'll have 1 forced fumble from a sack, Hassan Reddick, or either Josh Sweat, and he's going to have 1 interception. He's going to throw 1. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson will go and get him 1, and we'll get 1. I think those 2 turnovers is going to prove costly for the 49ers. That's what I think.
I'm actually picturing the same thing. That's what I'm saying. If your defense can stop the run and put pressure with just 4, I think they're going to cause this kid to wind up having to make a mistake or 2.
Yeah.
So just like Scott said, if you guys are able to take a lead, because that's what you've done pretty much with everybody most of the season, is you just strike quickly and get up on teams, and then like he said, wear them down. So I think if you guys are able to stop the run like Dallas was able to for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And put it on Brock Purdy to have to beat you. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to do it. So that's when I think he'll make a mistake or 2, and then that'll end the game. But definitely if it's close in the third quarter, I'd be sweating too. But I don't expect it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't expect it to be a blowout. Yeah. I figured you'll have at least a touchdown to a 10-point lead deep into that third quarter, and then you know what I'm saying, that's when it's Miles Sanders time and Jalen Hurts picking up those big third downs. So it's gonna be fun to see, man. I'm looking forward to this one.
2 names for the Eagles to keep an eye on: Jordan Davis on defense. For them, he's been really good, and I think they'll take a Quez Watkins shot very early in the game to see if they can loosen up that 49er defense. So very aware of him as well.
Oh yeah, they we did that week 2 last year. I went to that game, and we was backed up in our end zone, and they threw a bomb to Quez Watkins, and he almost scored or what have you, and that definitely opened things up where they like, okay, wait a minute, we can't mess around.
Right.
Yeah.
Scott, let me ask you this. Like, what's the key? We kind of asked what the key for Philly is. What's the key for 49ers to, I guess, kind of pull the upset, I guess, if you would say?
As Johnny mentioned, it's all about getting pressure on Jalen Hurts. It's that line of scrimmage. They need to own that line of scrimmage, because what Philly's going to want to do is run the ball a lot and control that line of scrimmage on offense. So their defensive line is going to have to put really big time pressure on Hurts. If he has time to throw in the pocket, that secondary has been so leaky for the 49ers coming down the stretch. They're going to get burned. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown by themselves can burn that secondary. So it's getting pressure on Jalen Hurts defensively for the 49ers. And if they can't do that, they're in serious trouble. For offense, it's Christian McCaffrey. You got to get him going early and often. He cannot run against really good run defenses. He averages 3 yards per carry. So he's gotta have a big long run early in this game to take the pressure off of Purdy and to be able for them to run the ball effectively against the Eagles. They're not going to pass the ball very effectively against the Eagles, I don't think. They're going to have to run it. So,
yeah, teams are for the most part, teams have struggled with the pass. The times that they were good, able to get their passing game going against Philly when Philly played back and did not get up in the receiver's face. When they played back, people just ate up the zone. Last week, Philly changed that up against the Giants, and I was happy. They pressed their guys, even in zone and when they were in man. And you got good corners. And when they did that, it allowed time for the defense to get there. So like I said, if they play that style of game, it's going to be hard for those guys to get over it.
Let me ask you guys this: who's got the coaching edge? Because a lot of it can kind of come down to, these little increments. I mean, both these coaches, Kyle Shanahan's been there and done that. So, Johnny, who do you give the edge to on coaching? Johnny's gonna say, "Don't come to me first," because that's what
I mean, if I'm going coaching, I'm gonna have to give it to Kyle, even though he has a history of, in big situations, kind of making some bad decisions. Especially when he has a big lead, he tends to forget that if you run the ball, the clock is ticking. But you know what I'm saying. So I would give him the slight edge. But you can't take nothing away from what Sirianni has done this year. He's definitely a candidate for Coach of the Year. So I would lean towards Kyle. But like I was saying, if defensively, if the Eagles, I think they stack the box. I think they pressure the wide receivers. They bump them. I think they dare this kid to beat them. And
he will, though. That's the thing. I think he can. He will and can.
Dude, that secondary. I mean, the Eagles that defense is for real, though.
The 49ers defense is just as for real.
Right, but I'm just talking about against Purdy in that offense. You know what I'm saying? If they can stop the run and make this kid have to make big plays to beat them, I think that's when he's capable of making a mistake. Right now, he's chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's playing well around him. He just has to do, not make any mistakes and just kind of just keep the chains moving and keep on going. He's gonna have to win this game for San Francisco to win this game, in my opinion, because Philly ain't gonna lose it. You're gonna have to beat Philly to win this game. So I don't think the kid's gonna be able to do it, but it's gonna be interesting to see.
I think it's Shanahan and his wife. First of all, he's made the quarterback position the most irrelevant position in football. With all
whoever would have thought, right?
I like that.
With Purdy and with Garoppolo But I think Kyle Shanahan is that offensive mind that will say, okay, you're going to bring pressure. We're just going to dump the ball on the screen to Debo and let him go. We're going to dump the screen to Ayuk, let him go. We're going to get McCaffrey out of the backfield and go. So I think it's going to be very short dink and dunks. And so I think Kyle Shanahan has the advantage as a coach in this game because he's seen it before. He's been in these big-time games before. He knows exactly what it takes to get through these big-time games. And I think he's going to have something for Philadelphia. Now, is that going to be enough to win? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think Kyle Shanahan will have something dialed up very early for Debo and McCaffrey to get going early and see if they can build some momentum and take a 10, 14-point lead against Philly. So I think Shanahan has the advantage here.
Tom, what's your thoughts here on who's got the coaching edge?
Much as I hate to say it, I got to be honest. I mean, it's the 49ers. Like you said, he got more experience. Even with D'Amico, with the defensive coordinator, I give him a slight edge over Jonathan Gannon. Gannon sometimes scares me with his scheme, but right now, hey, he called a good game. I need to see him do it, double down, do it again for us. But you got to give it to them. And like you said, I'm expecting to see a short game because they don't want him holding the ball. They know if he holds the ball, it's going to be a problem. You're going to see a lot of screens to try to slow the defensive down from being aggressive. And what happens when you do that? Now they start running the ball because you're not coming at them. Now you're catching the old lineman. So I wouldn't be surprised first play the game. They daggone do a play action, roll out, and he hit somebody over the middle. Like
he did that last week.
That will slow the defense down and make them say, "Hold on, wait a minute." And that's all he wants to do is slow the defense down. And he start running those screens and short plays over the middle.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be like the Dallas 49ers game. I like both these defenses. Tone, who has the better defense? Is it the Eagles or this 49ers who's really ranked number one defense in this league?
Well, I found a stat today, and it said that Philadelphia against top defenses this year, Jalen Hurts has thrown 7 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, 1 rushing touchdown in all those games against top defenses, and we won. it's a different animal playing against Hurts and all those weapons that he have, and our O-line is good. But Philadelphia has 70 sacks, right. 29 sacks in the last 7 games. Yeah. So, if I have to pick, I like pressure. I will pick Philadelphia, but trust me, it's a toss-up. You can flip your coin.
It's splitting hairs. It is.
Yeah, it is. But I'm going to go with Philly because of all the sacks and the pressures, and I like our corners better than I like the 49ers corners.
Scott, what's your thoughts here on the better defense?
It's Philadelphia in my mind. The secondary gives them the added extra advantage. Darius Slay is a beast. He's probably the best cornerback in the NFL, I think. So
except when he's going up against Aaron Rodgers.
Except when he's going up against
right. Right.
So I think when you look at the secondary, I think Chauncey Gardner has been a big lift for them.
Oh yeah.
So I give the edge to Philadelphia in that respect.
Yeah, I'm right along with them too. I go with Philly because of the secondary. I mean, the linebacking core. I'm gonna slightly go to San Francisco because that trio in San Francisco is ridiculous. But like Tone said, that defensive line. That's what I'm saying. If they can get pressure with just rushing the 4, and then have everybody else to be able to drop back, that's where I think the kid is gonna make mistakes. Because if they, like I said, 70 sacks that's ridiculous, bro. So if they can cause pressure without having to blitz, that's gonna be a problem. Right, that's going to be a problem for San Francisco if they can control the run and still put pressure with just the front 4. Yeah, that's advantage Philly all the way there. Absolutely. So I'll go Philly on that one.
I like the 49ers defense. I think Nick Bosa is the best player on the field when he's on the field. I mean, it's one of them. It's just one of them, and you got to think he's going up. How do you like Bosa? And he's every week in practice, every day in practice, he's going up against Trent Williams, like, you know what I mean? Like one of the best defensive ends versus the best tackle going at each other every day in practice. Like, that's only going to raise their game. This game's going to come down to the trenches. So, like, it's going to be an old fashioned blue collar beat each other up type football game. I'm going to enjoy it. Tom, before we get you out of here, give us a score prediction. And go ahead and give us your AFC side too.
All right. I'm gonna start over in the AFC, man. That is gonna be a heck of a game, bro. That game over there is gonna be a heck of a game. Joe Cool, he remind me of Joe Montana. He just gets it done. Mahomes, next level. But for some reason, I'm predicting this year we're going to have, for the first time ever, we're going to have the 2 brothers going against each other in the Super Bowl. So I think the Chiefs.
So you got Joe Burrow. You got Joe Burrow. Hey, Joe Burrow. Hey, Joe Burrow's a brother. Hey, I don't care what you say, Tone. I don't care what you say. The way that man act, the way that man talk. Hey, his skin's damn near darker than yours, bro.
Tone, this is the Joe Burrow fan club show tonight.
I think they lose this time. I think the Chiefs get them. Chiefs lost the last 3. I think they eke out a late one, pull it out, and then over there in the NFC, I think Philly actually wins this game by a touchdown. I think the spread is 2.5. I think Philly win it by a touchdown against the Niners. I think that it's going to come down, unfortunately, in that 4th quarter. And I think our defense will make the play to end the game.
Hey, it's going to be looking like this. It's going to be looking real tight for you.
Yeah, because I think that first half going to be low scoring, So I think we'll win like 24-17. Like I said, by a touchdown. But I think that first half is going to be low scoring. It's going to be a boxing match. And then the second half is going to be whoever don't make the mistake. Whoever has the least turnovers wins this game. Watch.
Yep.
Hey,
I agree with that one.
Keith Eagles said, I like the pass this weekend, having trouble finding the game. Keith, at the same time the Packers are playing, brother.
That's funny. That's funny.
I think I saw the Pats and Packers are playing on the Spanish channel this weekend.
Hey, they are. Hey.
I can verify that too. I can verify that.
Hey, Scott, go ahead. What's your prediction? Just give me the NFC side because once Tone gets off, we'll talk AFC after a bit here.
NFC, I want to pick the Niners, but I just think Philadelphia at home is going to win by a field goal at the end. So I'd say 27-24. No, I'd say 21-17. So I think it's going to be 4 points.
Yeah, I'm thinking 24-14, 24-17, something like that. I think it's at least a touchdown win for Philly.
Yeah.
I got 17-14. Brock Purdy leads the team down.
Wow.
The gold standard kicks it, baby. I'm running with the 49ers.
So you're picking a rematch of the 88 Super Bowl and the 79 or whatever it was with ran against Cincy, aren't you, Nick?
Hey, we'll see. Hey, Tom, where can everybody catch? Where can everybody catch you at? Go ahead and get those plugs in, brother.
Yeah, man, definitely. Right on YouTube, you can find Philly Sports Rap over there. Sports with the Z, not an S. Sports with the Z. On Instagram, just started messing with the TikTok. I'm on Twitter. All Philly Sports Rap. Definitely can check me out up there. And we might have Bodkins over there on this show if the Eagles win this game. You know, I'll be replaying this clip right here.
Hey, the last time I was on your show, you had the whole gun after me. The whole show had guns after me. I mean, just the whole thing.
No, but absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure. It's an honor, man. I love being up here. Gentlemen, it's nice to meet y'all. Look, hit me up anytime, man. I don't mind working with any and everybody, man. I hop on everybody's channels, invite people on mine. I just love sports, man. I just love sports, and I love this time of year.
Before you let Tone go, have you met Johnny Cruz? He would love to work with you at some point.
Yeah, Johnny Cruz would gladly be your co-host. You just have to squeeze him in.
I'll holler at you after you win the Super Bowl, bro.
Okay, for sure.
So real quick, non-football question here. 76ers, how far are they making it this year?
Talk to me when the playoffs start, man. Because they're not doing no fool's go to me, man. I fell for this. I fell for it with the Flyers when they started out this year real high. Man, whatever. Look, talk to me come the playoffs. We'll revisit that one because I will be doing basketball and hopping on these Sixers as well. But so far, I like it, but I need to see it sustain for a minute, man. Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you, Tone. Thanks for hopping on, brother. Appreciate you as always.
Enjoy that game, man.
Take care. Enjoy it.
Absolutely. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Sure thing. You too.
Hey, so before we bring our next guest in, we got some comments in here real quick. Whiskey Sports Podcast Tanner says Eli talks too much for his app. I am worried about it. And we'll talk about this Bengals chirping just a little too much. Yeah. He told Keith to check the NFL Network. So that's where you can catch all the Pats games from here on out. That's the last time they'll be in the Super Bowl probably for a while.
Tom Brady will
be on the NFL Network. Sorry, Keith. Italy Jet says 49ers Bengals Super Bowl. Bengals win it all. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Italy Jet from Missouri.
Honestly, any matchup is going to be a lot of fun, bro. Any matchup out of these four is going to be so much fun to watch, man. For real, you got solid teams, good quarterback play, so it's going to be fun either way, man.
Tanner's telling Italy Jet, get him a quarterback. Well, it ain't going to be Aaron Rodgers. We can talk about that in a little bit too.
They got his old OC, right?
Yeah. Hey, we'll talk about that. But right now we gotta talk in. I had to bring in the Chiefs are back 5th year in a row into the AFC Championship game. So I had to bring in one of their super fans. No, not the guy who was doing meth, Red Extreme and stuff, and not the guy who was robbing banks to get into the stadiums and being one of those super fans. But welcome to the show for the very first time, Chiefs super fan, Chris Danielson, CD. What's up, my man? Welcome to the Bodkin Show. How you doing, brother? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. You gotta gosh dang. Turn your volume up. Did you check it before you came in?
The Bengals got to his computer.
Yeah. Hey, Joe Burrow hacked your computer.
Hello.
You good now?
How's that?
Good.
Joe Burrow got to his computer.
In town.
Chris, how you doing? Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about last week's game. Little closer than what you thought or what you kind of expected?
The Chiefs don't ever cover the spread, man. You know that. You have me betting on the Chiefs, man. They might win, but it's not going to be pretty and it's going to be close. But no, like I said, it was a good game. I actually like the Jags. They're probably my second favorite team right now in the AFC. So
your number one favorite team got to be the Bengals as Joe Burrow, your daddy, comes to town.
We've let him off the hook 3 times already.
Hey,
we've had him beat both our last few times. We've had him knocked out and just can't finish him. So
Burrowhead, it is now Burrowhead. What's your thoughts here? I mean, first of all, it looks like Patty Mahomes full go from all reports. Is that what you've been reading?
That's what I've been reading, been seeing. I've seen the spread's been jumping around like crazy. Everybody saw him walking around good yesterday, so all of a sudden the Chiefs are the favorite now. So it's funny how that's swinging around like that on his injury. So, but we got Chad Henry as backup. I don't know if you guys heard of him. He's pretty dangerous too. 98-yard drive.
Yep, 98.
That was Johnny's former franchise quarterback with the Dolphins.
Yeah, for a second there, man. He's another difference maker, just like Ryan Tannehill.
When they said he was older, they said he's a veteran. He's 37. I'm like, man, I'm a year older than that guy. They're calling me old like that. They said, yeah, he's old. I'm like, wait a second. So what's that make me? But no, I think the Chiefs. It'll be a good game. Like I said, it's gonna be close, really, really close. I worry about the Chiefs secondary a lot. I know Watson had a pick last week, but don't be buying into that stuff. He's been getting burned all year long. Him and Williams over there scare me, but our secondary scares me a little bit. And their receiver core obviously is tough. So
their receiver core is probably the one I think the best in the NFL.
Oh, hands down, yeah, no doubt. So
yeah,
they're going to be tough to stop. So hopefully Jones can get some pass rush on them, get Jones in there, and Frank Clark shows up in the playoffs. He doesn't do nothing all season long, and all of a sudden he comes to playoff time and he starts getting involved in the game. I don't know what it is about Frank Clark, but
do you think Pacheco's a big part of this game, offensive game plan this week, and keeping the
gotta be. I think so. I think he got long drive. I don't know if Andy Reid will run the ball because he doesn't like to run the ball, but by all means, they need to get him involved and definitely get the run game going. Which, they got to get him going. I think so. Keep Burrow off the field.
I was going to say that to me has got to be the key, right? Like, the old adage of what the Bills did that, the Giants did that to the Bills way back in the Super Bowl. Like, just made it. They took the time of possession. Like, I know the Chiefs love to score quick and fast, but I feel like you got to almost go to the polar opposite in this game. Run the ball, slow it down, take as much time as you can. You want, an 8-minute drive and not like a 3-minute drive.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally with the long drives. Keep the Burrow and them off the field because that's their, like I said, and don't turn the ball over. Like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot a few times playing the Bengals. Kelsey had that big fumble last time we played them in the regular season. We were driving down to take a possible 2-score lead on them, and we end up turning the ball over. So the second half, we kind of laid eggs on the past 3 games against the Bengals, it seems like. So, we didn't – I don't ever remember last year at the conference championship game, right before half, we didn't get that touchdown. We're on the 1-yard line. We went for a touchdown, didn't get it. Total minimum swing the second half, and we didn't do nothing in the second half. Scored 3 points, I think. So just need to play a complete football game. No, don't lay no eggs out there. So we'll see.
So I think this Mahomes ankle injury is kind of being overblown a lot.
Yeah.
But he is the best quarterback in extended plays. Do you see that as a problem this weekend with him against the Bengals?
I mean, he does a lot of good stuff out of the pocket running around, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can stay in the pocket and make those throws and do the things in the pocket that, They showed his numbers, and his numbers look good in the pocket, but, I mean, we all see him out there running around making plays, throwing no looks, and over his head and whatever else he's doing out there.
Right.
That might be the best thing to sustain the longer drives. If he has to stay in the pocket and kind of dink and dunk all the way down the field.
Use your running backs.
Right.
Make this game long and drawn out process for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when you get up to all of you, how many times does Mahomes take a shot 40 yards down the field? It's not very often.
No, it haven't had the huge plays this year because Hill's gone. I mean, obviously Hill's out of the lineup, so they're not looking deep down the field. And
what do the Bengals got to do to kind of stop Travis Kelce? Because I feel like, to me, that's the number one weapon.
I don't think that can happen, bro.
Get his and stop everybody else?
Yeah.
I think, let him get his and just try to keep him out of the end zone and just do what you can on him. Like I said, I mean, it's hard to stop Kelce. I mean, he's –
right.
I don't know. Nobody's really got the formula out yet, so I don't know what it is to stop Kelce. But, slow him down a little bit, maybe a little bit. So, but – like I said, just make sure, McKinnon ain't getting those catches out of the backfield because they use him out of the backfield catching the ball a lot. So anytime he's in there, it's usually a screen or, he's running out the backfield catching passes. So a lot of times.
I think how you're going to know Mahomes is either healthy or hurting is how many times McKinnon goes out in the pass route because he's their best blocker out of the backfield.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So.
He's definitely picking up them blocks, and they showed a big block last week. I think it was an awesome block. They don't really show very often on TV. The blockers up front. And I think the Chiefs have a better offensive line, obviously, because the Bengals are banged up. But like I said, the Bengals got the receivers. They got Joe Burrow, and they got Eli Apple out there. I don't like that guy talking crap all the time.
That's my biggest worry of this game is really the Bengals used to, like last year, they weren't chirping at all. And they just still was like kind of like these plucky Bengals. But, man, this past week, I feel like they have been chirping. The Burrow head, Eli Apple is running his mouth. But, I mean, that's Eli Apple, I think. But and now everybody's jumping on the Bengals bandwagon where your boy Bodkins has been driving this bandwagon for a long time. And people are jumping on it. And I'm a little nervous that, the Bengals are doing this. And the Chiefs are about to give him that slice of humble pie. Chris, what's your thoughts there?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that's the key. But like I said, I'm also like, I don't know. Like I said, they're chirping, but like I said, they can back it up though too. They've got the weapons to do it. And like I said, they're the defending AFC champions. So obviously they've been in their head before and beat us. So
hey Nick, do not be surprised if Mahomes goes at Eli Apple in the first drive continuously to see if he can back up what he's saying. So
yeah.
I would feel more.
You can talk a lot when your team is winning. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
Yeah.
I would feel more confident if that would happen, Scott. But the Chiefs don't have like the guy at wide receiver.
No, they don't.
I mean, Eli Apple can shut down Juju Smith-Schuster because he's going to be too busy TikToking with, Mahomes' brother on the sideline. So, I mean, he can. It's not like they got Tyreek or somebody out there anymore.
We got that Packers receiver, Valdez-Scantling. You know he is.
Yeah, Stonehand Scatling Jr. or MVS, Stonehand MVS.
He just had to get out there and get him a real quarterback. That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
Is Justin Watson their wide receiver 3? Is that who it is? Is Justin Watson their wide receiver 3, the Chiefs?
Watson?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think who it was. It would be Valdez-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster, and then Tony's out there.
Oh, Kadarius Toney. That's right. Tony's gonna factor
Tony, and then Hardman. I don't know if he's playing. He was limited in practice yesterday.
Right.
So
Tony will run 3 yards and then pull his hamstring. So there's what I mean? Like that has been his whole career.
But they've used him on some sweeps and different things, and getting involved in that kind of stuff. So we'll see.
But
he's kind of took Hardman's role kind of since Hardman's been out. So that's kind of like what Hardman used to do. They used to run the jet sweeps and all that kind of stuff with Hardman.
That'll be the guy that Mahomes goes to early.
Yeah,
it's Kadarius Toney. I think so.
And weren't they teammates in New York for a second too? Or
Yeah,
Eli,
so,
Eli was gone already.
No, Eli was gone.
Eli was gone.
He was gone.
Okay.
He was gone.
Tony was only there in New York for like a year, and he split.
Yeah,
I guess.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Chris, what do the Chiefs got to do to win this game to stop your daddy Joe Burrow from going to the another Super Bowl?
I think they're gonna have to get there at the pass rush. I think, obviously, stop the run too. Nick Bolton's been playing well this year. The Mizzou product. He's linebacker.
Man.
He's one of my favorite players on the Chiefs defense. He's just all over the place. He blows up the run. So if we can stop the run, which that Prain guy killed us in class game, we played against him in regular season. So we got to stop that run and try to get that pass rush going to lay off the pressure off the Watson and Williams out there in corners because them guys drive me absolutely nuts. every time they go back to pass, it's like illegal contact or they're getting burned, one of the two, or sometimes both. They have illegal contact. What are we doing out here, guys? But yeah, I'm concerned about the secondary. But I think if the pass rush gets there, Jones has been playing. I mean, in it for the defensive player of the year, I think, this year. So he's up there with Bosa and them guys. So we got to knock some passes down and get some pass rush going, I think. So try to get Burrow scared.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't give that kid all day, man. If you give him time all day, he'll tear you up.
And then, like I said, he might tear you up going out the backfield. I mean, if you blitzing him, he's probably going to try to tear you up with that or doing some screens and different stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm interested to see what happens. So I'm stoked to watch it. So I got to try to take off work Sunday and try to get another guy to work for me. So other than that, so
good luck watching it, doing that.
I'm gonna try to get a guy to work for me. That way I can sit at the house and like sit here in the basement. So. Down here in the Chiefs cave down here. You guys see that.
Nice.
So, but now, like I said, I think the pass rush is going to have to get to him and try to get to him early and often. And this time, let's put him away. Like I said, last year we had a 2-score lead on him at halftime, and we scored 3 points in the second half.
That's been the thing. I think in each of the 3 wins, having the Bengals come back in the fourth quarter in each game. They have. Yeah. So.
Yeah, this year they're only down like a touchdown or whatever it was, and they came back. I think we were driving to go up another touchdown or go up 10 or whatever it was, and messed up that game. And then last year, obviously, we blew up a couple different times. So every game the Chiefs have had the lead, so they just need to clean up some of the turnovers and play a well game. You got to.
I mean, that's because
run the ball in the second half, Andy.
Yeah,
Andy, you got to lead, man. You got to lead, bro.
It's not in his DNA to run the ball. He just can't do it. You guys are nuts. I love Andy. Don't get me wrong.
It's like it's literally like he's got to press the button, like, and he just won't do it. Like.
Let's pass it.
Right.
Like on Liar, the pin is blue. I can't.
He can't do it. He really can't. Like I said, it's crazy. You got the running back there to just do it. Like I said, control the game and try to use the offensive line. Now we got a really good offensive line, so I think we got Bengals beat there. So
he might have to this week. He might not have a choice. If Mahomes is struggling anytime in the second half, he's gonna have to run the ball and take some pressure off the guy. So
yeah,
I think that Bengals defense is so underrated. I think Hendricks and Hubbard don't get enough credit in that back end of that secondary. It's pretty good. Bates is one of the best safeties in the league. Like, that secondary is pretty. I don't think that Bengals defense gets enough love.
No, and they usually give Mahomes a hard time anyway. Mahomes usually struggles against them a little bit for the most part. I say struggle, but I mean, compared to what he's used to doing, putting up the numbers he's supposed to be putting up.
It's like the quarterback matchups in both these games is weird because I never would have thought I would say Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts in an NFC Championship game ever in my life. And then, we get the two elite, really like top elite guys in Mahomes and Burrow. The next two guys to kind of carry the NFL, I feel like the next, hopefully 20, 15, 20 years where we've already seen this twice. And who knows how many how many times we're going to get this in the next 10 years or so. This could be a Manning Brady type situation.
Yeah, I saw that article up there that popped up, said like Brady, this could be the next Brady and Manning rivalry where they're playing constantly in the playoffs. And if it's that, hopefully Mahomes like Brady and gets out there and wins some more Super Bowls than Manning. So.
If the Bills don't get it together here pretty quickly here, this could be Bengals Chiefs in championship games for years to come.
Yeah, they're gonna have some salary cap issues too. That's gonna be interesting to see this offseason come up. So see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're gonna try to pay. They got to pay Burrow. Burrow's gonna get close to $50 million, and then how are they gonna work these deals out to get Chase and Higgins, who are coming up on their deals? So.
One of them's got to go. You can't have them all. I don't think so.
Right.
That's where you got to draft.
It depends though. Here's the thing: you could take a little less money if you're gonna you're gonna make Super Bowl runs. It's like what's more important to you? Now, everybody, you know what I mean. I want everybody to make the most money, but right. Yeah, here's the thing,
especially if they win in and they doing all that chirping. Yeah. Them getting paid is how they, that's where they hold themselves. If I'm a top paid guy, then that's the whole respect thing and stuff. So they ain't gonna be taking
would you rather take $10 million
discounts, man? They want to get paid.
Would you rather take $5 to $10 million less and continue to play with the coolest guy on God's green earth and Joe Burrow, or go play with somebody else and not have a chance to win a championship?
I hear you. It's just not everybody is like Tom Brady and the damn Patriots that they're going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Tom Brady took less money to make
right.
Right.
Well, Tom Brady was also going home to a freaking one of the most richest women in the world in Giselle.
Exactly.
He had a sugar mama.
How'd that work out for him?
If he would have retired, he'd been all right.
Right.
I mean,
he got greedy. He didn't know when to walk away.
Oh, hey, what if she signed the prenup, right?
We want to have something to hold over head. I want another Super Bowl. I want 8 Super Bowls. You got the most money, man. I got
look at the Bengals have. They got Higgins, Chase, Boyd, Mixon, Hayden Hurst. Those guys are going to command top dollar if they win this, especially, You can't keep them all. And then you got to pay Burrow, too. So you're going to have to – the defense is probably going to take a definite step back.
Yep.
And, 1 or 2 of those guys are going to be out. So
well, the Chiefs kind of went through it the last few years, and they figured it out, because they got Mahomes off his rookie contract, and he signed the deal. And you saw they lost Hill because they couldn't sign him to the huge extension type money that he wanted. And so, that'll kind of happen to the Bengals. Once you lock up Joe Burrow, who can we keep? But eventually some of these guys are going to go, because your real window is when, you see how teams are getting billed down. Get the rookie on his the quarterback on his rookie quarterback contract, and then pay everybody else around him. And then we go. And then once we got to pay that guy, our level's going to probably fall off because we got to pay the quarterback eventually.
Yeah, they have to keep Burrow and Chase, and then figure out the rest.
Yeah, that's their pieces there.
And then figure out Higgins, Boyd, Mixon, stuff like that. 3 of the 4 quarterbacks in the championship game are on rookie contracts right now.
Yeah, that's
Ertz,
crazy.
Burrow, Purdy. So
Purdy's only getting paid like $100,000. You know what I mean?
I know.
I think all of us combined might be making what Purdy makes.
Hey, CD won more than what Purdy's making at the poker table last night. So
I just got knocked out a second ago, so I'm glad that was over.
CD, hey, I appreciate you joining us. Before you get out of here, give us a score for both games to Saturday or Sunday.
Well, on the Niners game, I'm going to go with the Niners. I think they're going to win. I think, like I said, I know you said Bosa earlier. I think he's going to be the key piece there for the defense. And as long as Purdy doesn't turn the ball over, I'm going to go with the Niners. And I'm going to go with 24-21 on the Niners. I think if they stop that run for the Eagles, and then obviously I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but 27-17. I think Chiefs are going to put it away this year, so we'll see. So.
Scott, what's your thoughts here on the AFC? Who you picking here?
I like the Bengals. I just think they've got it. They've got everything right where they want it. Joe Burrow's been really good with a bad offensive line lately. So I like the Bengals 31-24.
31-24.
Yep.
If Mahomes was 100% and didn't have any issue with his ankle, I'm going Kansas City. But with him not being 100%, I don't care what they say about, he's fine. He ain't fine, man. The way he got rolled up on, he ain't going to be 100%. So he ain't going to be the typical awesome Patrick Mahomes. That don't mean that he ain't going to be great. Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and slightly lean towards Cincinnati to win this game. But only because, like I said, because of the injury to Mahomes.
I don't think people are disrespecting Pat. He says people disrespecting Patty.
No.
Nobody's disrespecting.
No,
bro. Everybody calls him the best quarterback in the league. Ain't nobody disrespecting.
Not me.
Patrick Mahomes, except for Nick, because you know what I'm saying, of his infatuation with Joe Burrow. But you know what I'm saying.
Nick would take him the heartbeat up there in Green Bay.
Hell yes. But
I will. You want Aaron Rodgers?
The injury.
No.
The injury is the only reason why I lean Cincinnati. Just the injury a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's time for Kansas City to, let Cincinnati know, you won the last 3, but calm your asses down. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking over the AFC just yet. So I think I'm gonna give it to, like I said, I'm gonna give it to Cincinnati just because of that injury to Mahomes. So, but it's gonna be close, man. It's down to the wire.
Listen,
I can't wait. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Everything Johnny said, and then you add on to this, okay? He's been there 5 years in a row.
Yes.
For 5 years he's been there.
Yeah.
He is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yes.
Him and Burrow are 1 and 1A, 1A and 1B. So, nobody's disrespecting Mahomes.
Tuvalo, you
I was about to say, not even 1 and 1A. I mean, I like Joe Burrow. I really do. But it's Patrick Mahomes. And then it's Joe Burrow is a clear 2. You know You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. That would be disrespecting Patrick Mahomes to say 1-1A. You know, Joe Burrow ain't quite there. He's getting there, but he ain't quite there. Patrick Mahomes, like you just said, 5 AFC championships in a row.
35-21. I'm not sure about that.
I'm gonna still give it to Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City as far as being the best quarterback.
Right.
But yeah, I think Cincinnati just barely pulls this one out, man.
The Arrowhead Invitational.
35-21. He said Chiefs comfortably, not worried. What are you? Hey, what are you smoking? Who's your weed man, Tufalo?
Yeah, I mean, would you really? If that Chiefs defensive line can put pressure on Burrow, you don't think Kansas City can just blow them out?
No,
I think they can.
No.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, they can.
What up, Evan?
Kansas City
No, there's no way. The Bengals are too damn good to be blown out. They're not going to get blown out. Even if both teams are 100%.
I wouldn't expect it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas City just put it on them.
Joe Burrow ain't going to let that happen. And I'm not saying that you guys know I'm a Joe Burrow stan, but I'm just being honest at the same time. That kid will not let that happen.
And he's got the weapons, though, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like it's not like he don't have the Jamar Chase is one of the best wide receivers in the league. Higgins is the best number 2 wide receiver in the league. When you line up pairs of wide receiver, Higgins is a number 2 is better than a lot of number 1, even some teams number 1s.
I will say this. If it's not working to Chase early in the game, he'll go to Higgins and Hurst and then come back to Chase later in the game. Right. So he's smart enough to know that if Chase is being doubled, let me go away from him, go to Higgins. He's one-on-one against their cornerback. Go to Hurst, and then come back to Chase. So he's a very smart guy. He's very cool. He's very calm and very collected. He will not let Kansas City rattle him at all. So
no, he won't. You guys know who I'm going with. I'm going with the BodkinSboro Bengals at maybe.
Oh my God, I figured this guy. He's also a Packers fan, so you gotta excuse him, guys. Poor voice is not right.
Chris, I appreciate you joining the show, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Best of luck to your Chiefs. Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for joining us, my man.
No problem, guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys take care.
Hey,
hope you get the day off, man. Can watch the game at home, man.
Well, I'm gonna do it regardless. I'll quit.
Start coughing now.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling right.
Take care, guys. You guys have a good evening.
Hey, go ahead. Let everybody in St. Robert go rob the bank on Sunday because CD's gonna be too busy not watching the game instead of protecting the citizens of St. Robert.
I'm not going to be very happy I have to go to call out there and miss my game. See you guys. Take care.
All right,
you too. Bye.
See ya. Hey, before we get out of here, I want to get you guys' thoughts on some just NFL ups and movements here. Today, the Panthers hired Frank Reich as their head coach.
I was surprised by that one.
Go ahead, Johnny. What's your initial thoughts?
I was surprised by that one. I mean, talk about getting opportunity after opportunity. I thought he might have to, do an OC for a year or two or something like that before he got another head coaching opportunity. But I guess Carolina is going to give him the opportunity. Do you think they stick with Sam Darnold, or are they going to draft a quarterback with Frank Reich, or is he gonna ask for a trade for Carson Wentz and and guys like that? You know what I'm saying? So that was a little surprising. I thought he'd be an OC somewhere, not a head coach, but.
I think they could trade up maybe and get a guy they want, or maybe they just hold back and get a guy like Will Levis. Scott, what's your thoughts there on the Frank Reich hire?
I agree with Johnny. His name in Carolina came out of nowhere, and it was very late before he got the job. So, what's his track record? Retread quarterbacks. Right. So Sam Darnold fits his MO perfectly. I think so. True. If it's not Sam Darnold, it may be somebody like Derek Carr. Or they may trade up to Chicago number 1 and take Chicago's 1 for their 8 or whatever they're
and that owner is crazy enough to try something like that too, man.
He is already the owner.
He's all about splash moves and stuff like that.
Well, that's why I was surprised they hired Frank Reich, right? Like that's not a splash move. And maybe he was like, we already did a couple splash hires, right? Like they brought in Matt Rule, and they brought in the OC that was the remember LSU. Joe Brady.
Yeah.
Joe brought him to be the OC, and that didn't work out. So maybe it's just like splash moves ain't the the right move? I'm going to go with Frank Reich instead.
He wasn't going Wilkes. He wasn't reaching into the college level to get a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Reich or Sean Payton were probably his two top choices to get. And when he couldn't get Payton, he just turned his attention to Frank Reich.
Tofu's a funny motherfucker.
But Car's eyeliner would look good with Panthers black hairs.
You want a hot rumor that I just saw today? Sean Payton's gonna end up in Arizona. That's the rumor.
I just saw something about that.
That was his. They're doing a second interview. So Craig actually messaged me a little while ago and said that they think Sean Payton's more likely to go back to TV than anything.
But today he was in the Arizona building all day from 9 a.m. this morning, Arizona time.
I think that's the only spot. He either goes to Arizona or he goes back to TV and he waits till next year to take the Dallas job.
They're really kind of saying teams aren't interviewing him. He's interviewing teams.
Yes.
It's more or less the right. Dan Quinn has said that he's going to stay in Dallas. They let a lot of other coaches go, but Dan Quinn is staying in Dallas. What's your guys' thoughts on Dan Quinn staying?
Hasn't he been rumored to be in Denver 2 years in a row now?
He turned everything down. Says he wants to stay in Dallas.
He turned it down.
I think Jerry Jones is telling him, "Yo, you're gonna be the next head coach, man. Just stick around." Yeah. And if he doesn't get Sean Payton, I think Dan Quinn winds up getting the head coaching job there.
Jerry Jones said today he wants Mike McCarthy there as long as Tom Landry was there. That's what he said today. I don't believe it, but that's what he said today. It's so stupid. It's so Jerry Jones like.
I mean, and Jerry Jones, shits fucking Skittles out his ass. So if he said, I mean, if you believe that, that's you believe that too, right? Like, I think I like the move for Dan Quinn to stay as the DC because why not? Everybody loves you right now. You are the absolute best. You don't,
and you got the ultimate piece in Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
he moves it all over the field, bro. So yes.
Why not stay in Dallas? Just continue to be the hot coordinator. It'll never be your fault. It'll always be Fat Mike's fault or Kellen Moore's fault. It'll never be your fault, Dan. So he already played that where everybody started hating him in Atlanta, and so I'm just gonna stay right here. Everybody likes me. I'll continue to get my paycheck. We'll continue to have a really good defense. It'll never be my fault we lose.
Right. I mean, his stock is as high as it can be right now because look what they just did to San Francisco. All that talent, they just scored 19 points. So, to me, that his stock is high, and I'm sure Jerry Jones said to him, "Hey, Dan, stick around. Mike's only here for another year, and he's gone."
I know I'm going to say this, but we really know what's happening here, Dan.
Right.
Yep.
But I like the Jets hire. I think that Nathaniel Hackett was a good hire for the Jets as OC. And we talked about it the other day, Scott, Bill O'Brien going back to New England. So they got an actual offensive mind to coach the offense. So I think that's a good move for New England there too.
Yeah, Scott, what's your thoughts there? You're the Patriot, Butt Chin O'Brien headed back to New England.
Hey, there is no Bill O'Brien slander in front of me, man. As far as Dolphin fans are concerned, he is one of the best GMs ever.
It's a great move for them because Matt Patricia and Joe Judge were abject failures last year. So I think Mac Jones now has a guy that's an offensive mind that will open the playbook, and there'll be some energy, enthusiasm, and some imagination on offense for them now. So, and I think that's what they were lacking last year. So
where does Matt Patricia go then? Because he can't go coach the DC, right? Because that's Bill's son coaching the DC. So
he can coach linebackers or something, defensive line.
They said he could be out of the organization. Belichick might just say, "See you later, Matt." He's not even down. They're coaching the college game. Their coaching staff, he's not even there. They told him, "You're not going down. You're not coaching there." So he's either out of the organization or he's going to be like an assistant or special assistant to the defensive coordinator or something. So
And Johnny, you alluded to Nathaniel Hackett going to the Jets. Scott, what's your thoughts there too with Hackett going to the Jets?
Here's all the Aaron Rodgers talk.
Right, that's what. As soon as that happened, I said, "Jesus, here comes the Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets." Twitter's just going to go absolutely insane. Everybody thinks that this is going to happen.
Yeah. Do you really think Aaron Rodgers wants to deal with that shit?
No, and here's why.
He ain't going to want to deal with the New York press, bro. For real.
The Packers ain't trading him because if they trade him after June 1st, the dead cap money hit is $14 million this year, $25 next year. If they trade him before June 1st, the dead cap is $40 million. If they outright release him, the dead cap hit for them is $99 million. So they ain't trading him. They're not trading him. He's in Green Bay next year.
It's Green Bay to me.
Or retire, like you said.
Or retirement. I think he's coming back. The more he talks on Pat McAfee, it makes me think he's coming back. But it's just like I've seen some trades, and there was one that I saw on Twitter, and I would take it. It was the Packers get Quinn Williams, Sauce Gardner, and 2 first-round picks. I said, do that trade, and I'll be all right.
Absolutely.
Of course.
There's no way the Jets are going to give up Sauce Gardner. Like, come on, really? Really?
Yeah, that would be – talk about the New York media going nuts, man. That would be an insane trade for the Jets. To, you know what I'm saying? Because Quentin Williams, that's a stud right there, defensive tackle. His Sauce is just getting started. But hell yeah, you take that package.
I've seen people say, "Oh, that was too much," and I know that that's unrealistic. But I've seen people like, just a second and a third what? For Aaron freaking Rodgers.
No, man.
Hell no. Hell no.
I mean,
Johnny, if the Packers were going to do it to make the money work, it would be, and you would want a couple players. You would want a couple stud players like that, similar to that. You know. Maybe not Quentin Williams and Sauce, but you would want quality players and picks. You know what I'm saying? Because there's at least 1 first rounder and some players, or a couple first round picks. Right? This is freaking Aaron Rodgers, man. Let's just. You know,
I'm a Patriots.
Let's
I'm
stop
a Patriots
with all that,
fan.
man.
I'm a Patriots fan. Johnny's a Dolphins fan. If they traded Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams out of this division, I'd be as ecstatic as anybody else.
Hell yes.
To play the Jets every year and have to stop Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to Denzel Mims or Elijah Moore 10 times every game. I mean,
that's what I said. Like, if Aaron goes to the Jets, like, how much better are the Jets than the Packers with or without Aaron Rodgers? You know what I mean? Like, you put Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, are they any better than what he is with Green Bay right now?
Yeah, hell yes.
Yeah, because of the defense. Because of their defense alone. And Garrett Wilson, they have a stud.
Right. How much?
I know Christian Watson's a stud, but
dude, that defense is legit, bro.
I think Aaron Rodgers gives them a chance to win the division.
Yeah,
with that
go
team
to the Super Bowl and
go to the
they'll
Super
challenge
Bowl.
Kansas
You
City.
think the Jets are an Aaron Rodgers away?
Yes,
from going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
with that
Aaron Rodgers level type quarterback. Yes, yeah, bro.
And don't forget, Breece Hall's coming back.
Yeah,
and if he's anywhere near while he was like halfway through the year and the end of the year, the Jets are that much more dangerous on offense with Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers just hands the ball off 15 times a game.
You should just do them a favor and just trade Jordan Love over there to them.
Yeah.
I don't see Aaron Rodgers doing that, man. He ain't trying to deal with New York, man.
I don't really think they're that a whole lot much better than they were with Aaron Rodgers than he is with the Green Bay. I know they got a really good defense, but Greece defense should have been better.
Those weapons
are nice, very underwhelming.
Garrett Wilson is a good player. Elijah Moore is a really good player. Michael Carter.
Christian Watson became a really good player.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just think Aaron Rodgers. I think the whole team, like, they're already hyped up and stuff. You bring Aaron Rodgers to New York, and that team is just gonna go crazy, man. Like that. I do not want to see that happen, bro.
So Tufalo kind of agrees with you. He says, I think I could get on the train for the Jets being Super Bowl contenders with Rodgers, provided he stops missing Olivia Munn's crotch and gets his.
Hey, I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him. You know
Aaron's probably. I've said this every time I hear that he always plays better when he don't have his old lady's not in a public eye, like when he has not got a girlfriend or a wife, or just can go play ball. I mean,
so you don't like Aaron with Danica Patrick?
I didn't know he played awful. His worst years were when he was with Danica.
Yep.
I mean, he had some good ones.
Boy. He was too distracted, bro.
I mean, I would be too, right? I
no
can't
lies,
blame him.
no lies
I can't
told
blame
right
him.
there, bro.
Nope.
Can't blame him. I don't know. I just don't think. I really think it's Green Bay or retirement, but just the right package. I mean, I would take Sauce, Quinn, and 2 first. That if the Jets called me and asked me that, hey, see you, Aaron. I'll figure out the dead cap later.
If they did that, then they would basically be the Packers of the AFC. If they did that, because that's their best defensive player, period, in Quentin. And then you got the top rookie. Yeah, they would basically be the Green Bay Packers then if they traded those 2 guys
for 3 years in a row.
And 2 first-round picks. Come on, man.
For 3 years in a row, what have they been saying by Aaron? He's out of Green Bay. He's leaving. He's getting traded. He's done. He's retiring. He's still there.
Right.
He's going to be there until he retires. He's not going anyplace else.
He's not going to pull a
and that's the thing is, like, management has said that they want him. I think they realize they screwed up with the whole Jordan Love thing. I think they realized that they messed that up, and they had to mend that fence, and that fence has kind of been mended for the most part, and now they're working on continuing. Because that's, and I told you guys that I think this on your show, Scott. Like, you don't hear anybody talking about when Aaron replaced Brett was, we got a guy. This guy's the guy. Yeah, this guy's the guy, and Aaron replacing Brett. I've never heard anybody say anything in the entire organization about Jordan Love other than he's better than he was last year. He's progressing. Progressing.
Right.
They've said when Aaron leaves, maybe Jordan's the solution to the problem. Well, nobody knows because they haven't seen him play. They've seen him play in spurts. He hasn't been ultra exciting. He's just been okay. So, to me, he's on the last year of his rookie deal, I think. Jordan Love is. They need to make a decision on him. Do they want to cut bait with him, or do they want to re-sign him again? And
you can pick up his 5th-year option.
They're going to pick up the 50. They're going to have to pick up the 5th-year option.
Yep.
They're going to have to.
Because Aaron Rodgers could all of a sudden one day come into the Packers facility and say, "I'm retired. I'm done. That's it." And if you trade Jordan Love away, you have nothing in back of him. So.
Tuflo nailed it. Jordan Love is like getting home with groceries and wondering how the hell the cucumber ended up in your bag. I mean, I guess you can use it, but you wasted the money. I mean, 100%. 100%.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
It's like buying it's like buying extra magnum long condoms. You probably know this motherfucker ain't gonna work, but it's the only thing you got.
You know what Dan hasn't started yet? It's a comedy show on Let's Talk Sports. It's coming, I think. It's coming.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Dude, I love that. That's why I'm saying, bro. You are always gonna be number 1, bro. I'm always gonna be on this show with you, bro. For real. No doubt about it, bro.
We'll go ahead. We'll get out of here. Scott, go ahead. Tell the fine people where we can all find you at, and go ahead.
Well, I'm with Johnny usually on Monday nights at the Fantasy Football Show. It's our last show this coming Monday. Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights, it's the Scottt Cobe Show. I believe Dan said Rob Logan's going to be the next guest, so I'm just going to sit back and listen to Johnny and Rob go off about the Chargers. So, the Chargers are going to charge her. And then Sunday morning, I'm on the pregame show with you guys, and Saturday is our last AFC East roundtable. Then you can find me on I-80 Sports on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and ESPC betting podcasts on Wednesday nights. So.
Nice.
Johnny, go ahead and list all 1,001 podcasts you have. What do you got right after?
I'll be back at 3 a.m.
I was about to say, I think I got a show in like 45 minutes. Nah,
what do you got right after this?
I'm all over Let's Talk Sports.
Late night with Johnny Cruz.
At the Yankees fan. I'm here every
late night with Johnny
night.
Cruz. The late night with Johnny Cruz. Early morning sunrise with Johnny Cruz. The mid-afternoon drive with Johnny Cruz.
If I could, bro, if I didn't have to go to work, I would be on this damn thing all day, every day, bro. For real, no joke. But no, you can catch me here, of course, every Thursday night until
and every Wednesday and Tuesday.
Until the basketball season's over, and then we're moving it back to Wednesday night, right? Nick, go back to Wednesday nights. Once the basketball season's over.
Yeah. We could talk about it. Yeah, I don't mind Thursdays. They don't bother me.
Just make sure he's got room in his calendar.
Right.
Yeah. Whatever you can fit me in, Johnny. Whatever you can fit me in, we'll
all right. Well, this week coming up tomorrow, I got a special guest on Let's Talk Miami Dolphins. Kerry Glenn, former NFL player, former Jet and Miami Dolphin, is going to be my special guest tomorrow on Let's Talk Miami Dolphins at 8:00. Sunday morning, of course, the game day show, and then next Monday night, 8 p.m., the Johnny Cruz show. And my guest will be Football Talk with Bo from Seattle. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You'll probably be co-hosting Football Talk with Bo by next week on Let's Talk Sports. So
I'm already working on a show with him to lock him in for every other Monday or something.
Well, we'll have a hole in the schedule with the fantasy football show going off until
Bo and Johnny football talk.
And then I'll be pressing record for Scott on Tuesday or Wednesday for the Scottt Cobe show. So you can find me all over Let's Talk Sports, man. Check it out.
Listen, you'll be a bigger part of my show this week with Rob than we all think. So
we'll talk about whatever, man. We talk about any sport, any league, any team. I love tennis, man. Tennis is fun, bro.
Yeah,
I can't play it anymore because my back is jacked up. But I used to love playing tennis, man. Tennis.
It's in a spot right now. Tennis is right, like because the Williams sisters are gone. We're getting the new youth kind of coming in on the females, and even on the male side, gone is Federer, gone is Nadal, Djokovic is old. Now we're getting all the good young youth of. It's going to be a whole new generation of tennis players coming in.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Stay tuned at 11 p.m. Eastern for the tennis with Johnny Cruz. He's going to be talking about how to back him down.
I'm going to have to talk to Dan about it. I'm going to have to talk to the super producer.
Live coverage show. Johnny Cruz as he watches the Australian Open at 2 a.m.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God, I love this show.
Before we get out of here, give me Johnny, give me your MVP for each game Tuesday or Sunday, whatever day.
I think AJ
whatever
Brown
day you're not on air, you can watch the game. How do you watch the games if you're always on air?
I got the TV right there. I think AJ Brown is going to go nuts against that San Francisco secondary. So I think he wins the MVP there. He's the player of the game in that one. And I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes on you know what I'm saying. Actually, I'm picking the Cincinnati Bengals because of Patrick's ankle. So I'm gonna say Chase goes off on that secondary of Kansas City, and Chase goes for a buck and some change and at least one touchdown.
Scott, what's your two MVPs of the game or X factors, whatever you want to call them?
So I think Devonta Smith for the Philadelphia Eagles is going to be the X factor for them. And in the Cincinnati game, I think it's Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is going to be the player of the game. I think he's going to throw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, maybe run for another. I think he's going to have a big game this Sunday. So
they're going to beat that. You think it's a 10-point win for Cincinnati over KC?
No, because I think Mahomes will will his way to keep the Chiefs in that game. I think. I only think the Chiefs are going to win by the Bengals are going to win by a touchdown. So, but I think Burrow's going to have a hand in all 4 touchdowns for the Bengals. That's what I think.
I'm going to go defense. I think Fred Warner's going to play a big part on the 49ers defense. I know I said Nick Bosa earlier, but Fred Warner's an absolute dog.
Yeah,
he might be the best linebacker in the. They might have the best defensive end and then have the best linebacker in the league all at the same time. Chris chiming in here real quick before he's saying Joe throws 4 picks and gets beat. He might throw 4. He did that against week 1 threw 4 picks and they still almost won the damn game.
Pittsburgh.
He could pull a Trevor Lawrence, throw 4 picks in the first half and then 4 touchdowns in the second half.
Yeah,
that's just
on the Cincinnati game. I think you're probably right, Scott, but I'm going to go Hubbard or Hendrickson, the defensive ends for Cincinnati. If Mahomes is really on this one ankle, one leg, even if he's somewhat limited and he can't do these acrobatic plays, and you got those guys coming up, and that's one thing we've seen Kansas City do throughout this run is struggle when they get a pass rush, and Mahomes is contained. I remember. I mean, that's how the Bucs killed it. Just that whole. He had no time. It was getting beat up. So I think those two guys in the Bengals game, I look for a couple two sacks from each of them, and coming up key on some big stops and big plays.
Yeah,
so
you're right there. If they can get pressure with just their front four, because that's all the Bucs did. You know what I'm saying? They were able to get pressure with their front four and drop everybody else back, and that's how then they had the speed at linebacker to stay with Kelsey. So that's the key right there. And I'm with you on the whole Cincinnati defense being underrated this season. They got some good players there, man. They're balling out. They're playing well.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, man. Like I said, whichever 2 out of the 4 get to the Super Bowl, I think it's gonna be a fun Super Bowl either way.
No doubt.
Yeah, let's go ahead. We're getting out of here. I'll be back this Sunday with a special guest, former first round pick of the New York Giants, former Notre Dame Fighting Irish tight end Derek Brown. He'll be joining me at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Please join us. My biggest guest of my life will be joining us. So
I'm nervous as hell for tomorrow, bro. I'm interviewing a former player, bro.
It'll be Sunday. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. At the same time, I'm sure it will be a lot of great fun, great laughs, as well as we talk about this guy's football career, playing for Lou Holtz, going to the Giants, playing for Tom Coughlin with the Jags. So we'll be talking about all of it. Coming up this Sunday, again, that is 8 Central, 7 p.m. Eastern this Sunday, right here on Let's Talk Sports and the Bodkins channel. Also do the Sunday morning show with the boys as well. So be a friend, tell a friend, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, catch all of Johnny's 18,001 shows.
Make sure you check out the show tomorrow, because depending on how it goes, I may not be on any other show after that.
24/7 Johnny Cruz show right here on Let's Talk Sports. Appreciate it, boys. I'm gonna hit that outro. Thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure, boys.
Right.
I'm gonna hit that outro. Be a friend, tell a friend. Check out Johnny's show tomorrow with the former Dolphin joining him.
Yep, Kerry Glenn. Draft pick of the New York Jets, and he played for the Dolphins. He went to Minnesota. He's from Illinois. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow, man. Yeah, I ain't going to front, bro. I'm nervous about tomorrow.